Hello everyone and welcome to the 2025 Tim Selinske US Masters Championship presented by Innova Disc. This is a PDGA Majors and we are at Moon Mountain. Sammie, Joe Guerrero. We have Liz Torok from Las Cruces. Myself, Jennifer Allen from Arizona, and Sandi Hendel rounding out our feature card from St. Thomas, Ontario, Canada. This is round one, the front nine. Moon Mountain Disc Golf Course in beautiful Ruidoso, New Mexico.
We are on hole one. The distance is 325 feet, par 3.
Yeah, this is a straight uphill shot, narrow fairway. There is only two holes on this course, I think, that have OB. This being one of them, you can see it there along the road on the left. Really only comes in play towards the basket. This is Sammie, Joe from Colorado Springs. Second on the box here is Liz Torok. Liz is from Las Cruces, New Mexico. Just moved there. Myself from Gilbert, Arizona. Super excited to try to get it up the mountain there. This is Woods Golf. You'll see a little bit of that today. And then we have Sandi Hendel from St. Thomas, Ontario, Canada, with a beautiful shot right up the fairway.
I was going to try to make it to the top that time.
So I think I'm further away from the hole than the team had, but managed to get it all the way out there just outside circle one. This is Liz's approach. And I think the hardest thing for me today was the approaches. When you have this incline, judging your distance, which you do excellent there, Sandi.
Thank you.
Is kind of the toughest part. Like, I'm used to just jump putting 100 feet, no problem. And I could barely go maybe 80 feet. So I think the first couple holes, getting used to the distances here. Good bid by Liz.
Far end uphill.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing. The uphill shots. Thought I had it, trying to save the par there. It's a tough first hole to start out. You're going straight uphill. They're like, welcome to the mountains here. Awesome putt by Sammie Joe. I'm going to tap in an unfortunate bogey. But Sandi with the tap in par alongside Sammie, and then Liz also going to tap in the bogey there.
Hole 2, we have a 433-foot par 3.
Yeah, this is a tough par 3. You're going to go straight downhill, and then it sharply inclines back up. Drone footage, which a big shout out to Ace Run Pro for providing that footage here, doesn't really do the elevation changes the justice, I think. And we hear the wind kind of picking up. The weather, it was supposed to be nice. We'll see how that turns out. Sammie just going a little off the fairway there to the left side, back on the incline of the hole.
I am so surprised how stable my understable discs are.
Yeah. I've found personally anything over about 5,000 feet, you can really feel the changes. Liz letting that one go just a little bit early, so she's going to be over there on that left side. I'm going to try this hyzer route here and try to bite off a little more distance and try to get up that hill. So trying to shoot straight across and kind of skip that whole middle section of this hole. So Liz is doing the same thing there because she was still on that decline, so she's just shooting across. You had such
that was coming in
such
nice.
good power.
Yeah.
It was going to be great. Unfortunate kick over to the right. Sammie gets a little bump over kind of towards the putt. She's going to be around circle one. Nice approach
Thank
by
you.
Sandi. And this is where I was like, man, I just should have tried to forehand it, because that's usually not a problem for me. So I was really surprised at how short that came. Yeah, just outside the circle, gave it a great bid. I could tell just a hair off. Sandi gets that one.
Yeah, a little high, but it made it.
I think the second time around, I'm really going to feel a little more comfortable. We, not many of us got a lot of practice on these courses. So that first tournament round under the belt, I think we'll attack these a little bit more aggressively, maybe.
I agree.
So unfortunately, we all end up taking a bogey there. Tapping that one in. Moving on to hole 3.
Okay, hole 3, we have a 306-foot par 3.
Yeah, this is another straight shot that's going to finish to the left. A little bit of a decline down towards the basket there on that sloped green. Just a few trees kind of getting in the way. This was finally a shot I think we could throw a normal shot. Unfortunately, I think we're all still trying to acclimate to the day.
That's correct.
I know me personally, I was not nervous. I was super pumped and excited. I just love these courses. That was a beautiful S shot there by Sandi. Liz with a good line, just needing a little more height.
More skip, maybe.
And this is one I was really focusing on the line, and just again, we all just kind of let it go a little low. Just a few feet higher, and that's underneath the basket. If you have not played up in elevation, I highly recommend it, because the game does definitely change when you're this high up. And so getting used to attacking things, you know, especially I think a lot of us, we've played for so long that, and you know, Lisa and I just coming from California a couple of days ago. So it takes a few days getting used to mountain golf. Sammy Joe playing at elevation quite a bit over in Colorado. And then Liz just moving here as well. Not sure how often she's played these courses, but I'm sure she's a little more acclimated to how the discs fall or rise in elevation. I personally think the putting really changes. It drops a little quicker. So, tapping in some pars there and moving on.
Okay, we are at hole 4, 262 feet, par 3.
Yeah, this is probably our tightest fairway so far. There's two ways you can go. A little more open on the left side, the right side, tighter gap, but options.
Correct.
I would say.
Absolutely.
We'll go
Left,
with that.
right. Oh, so close, Sammy.
Sandi hitting that left side like a lefty should. Getting a nice hyzer outside the tree line. Liz going with the hyzer, missing that last tree.
That's it.
Had such good height, and then you can hear that wind come and just sucked it down there at the last second. I'm going to try to turn my Mako over. And I have decided I'm not going to do that next time. I am now 350 feet away from the basket with quite a few trees in my way. So making this hole a lot tougher than it is. Not that it's an easy hole at all, but definitely not how I wanted to get this tournament started. Nice little soft bid.
Yeah, just
This is for par.
Oh,
So close.
yeah.
Just needed a little more push. Slight uphill putt there for Sammy.
oh, the putter just drops.
Yeah. You think you give it enough.
I
and
know.
It's just, and I think that's kind of what happens throughout the round.
Oh, good putt.
Is you try to adjust how things are flying and things that are happening, and all the adjustments you should just ignore and just try to just play golf and naturally let the game adapt as you play. So Sandi and Liz tapping in the par. Unfortunately, Sammy and I took the bogey. We're moving to hole number 5.
Okay, hole number 5. We are at 269 feet, par 3.
Yeah, this is straight back up the hill we just went down. Lots of trees in the way. Obvious route is probably straight up the middle there, but that's really hard at such a steep incline. Fortunate little kickoff to the right side, but there are some gaps. I mean, there's a lot of trees, but it's not extremely wooded. I know that sounds weird because you see all these trees, but there's some gaps to hit.
Yep.
They're a little spread out. Sammy letting that one go a little bit early, but she's got halfway up the hole at least, maybe 2/3 of the way. Trying to go the big hyzer route here. Dropping it in through the trees.
Amazing.
Trying to drop it in the basket to make up for some of those bogeys.
Yeah.
Getting a little irritated. Great approach.
Thank you.
And this is a hole I might have reached it once during practice.
I think a couple times.
Maybe once. It's a long ways up this hill. It probably plays, I would say, at least like 330.
Oh, wow. Great birdie,
Who
Sammy.
needs a good drive? You just throw it in from like 65-ish feet or more. 65 feet with a 20-foot incline. I mean, that was a huge putt. To keep that disc going that high was just amazing to watch. So Sammy, Joe, and I walking away from the birdie, trying to erase those bogeys we just previously took.
Hi, my name is Galkin, and I use LG backpack card. I use LG back card because I can put my grip bag in and out so easily. From like so heavy in your back, and then you use a card, and you not feel any pressure on your back. Hallelujah, you know. The more option is better. Everything in your life, right? Like you eat burger to the steak. That's how I feel. Backpack, no backpack, boom. This is the answer right here.
Okay, we are on hole 6, 364 feet, par 3.
Going right back down from where we started on the previous hole. A little more open here. If you've never played in the elevation, where that slope goes down, that's where the disc is really going to try to pull hard. So playing out the hyzer line, or it's going to have to be a very understable disc if you're going to take that left gap. Sammy trying to S1 through, unfortunately doesn't get past that last tree. So again, I'm going with the hyzer line here. Letting the max do some work. Not a disc I have been able to throw lately much. I was pissed, dude. This course just called for it on this hole.
That is a D1 air, and it is hyzering out. That blows me away.
Hyzered mostly out front of the trees there. Liz going hyzer.
Uh-huh.
Lets it go a little higher. I found personally the key on this hole was to try to keep it low, because with that height, it's going to go straight down the hill like I was talking about. So watching your angles on these elevated hills, mountain, really is important. Yeah, this isn't a hill. This is a mountain.
This is a mountain.
This is a mountain. Very large mountain.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, again, approaches, the distances are just not normally, they just don't calculate how you play at sea level. And as you can see, that sky is getting mighty dark behind us. Good little bid there. Straddle around the
Great
tree.
putt. Great birdie.
Awesome putt by Sammy Joe. Saving the par there. Andy's going to tap in her par. And unfortunately, Liz is going to tap in the bogey here. That big kick down the hill.
Okay, we are on hole 7, 494 feet. This is a par 4.
Yeah, 494 feet as the crow flies. We're going a long ways down the hill, and then you're going to climb all the way back up. So if you have the distance to cut across that gap, you can try to get to the top of the hill there. This is a very difficult hole. Wind is starting to pick up a little bit. I'm taking my raise, trying to, like I said, shoot across without hitting anything. And that really eats up a lot of the distance on that hole to make it approachable. Unfortunately, if you're not throwing something across there, every disc is going to just suck down really hard to the left there, and that makes this hole play, I would say, more like 650.
It does. It does.
This is a very long hole with the elevation changes. Lefty's going to take the right side. Don't know if that's a better way.
It's not.
Liz is going to go over there with Sammy on that left side.
I would pay money to be on that side.
All right, so here's Sandy trying to work her way up the right side.
Yeah.
And just a lot in the way.
Uh-huh.
And that's probably the landing zone that you want to try to attack, but the way that the elevation pulls everything so drastically, it's really hard to just go straight down to that area. Sammy giving it a big pull. I mean, that's all she had, and she can throw far, and she's almost a circle one. Like, it's such, when you're at the bottom of a straight up throw, it takes everything you have to get up to the top. And right there, Sandy's so close to the incline.
You can't see the basket.
Yeah,
You're just estimating.
No clue, really. The flag on this one, I don't think it was replaced. You can kind of see the stick. But here we are, not too far outside circle one, and we have no clue where we're going. It didn't suck too bad, but jump putt with the footing, and then I had a low branch right in front of me, so I really couldn't put height on it. Yeah, this one needs a new flag. So no flag on that basket. Really difficult to see. And also, you're climbing up this hill. We are playing slower, I would say, than practice, so we have a little time to catch your breath. Awesome bogey putt from Sandy there.
Could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
That's right.
A make is a make. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yep.
Sammy smashing that bogey putt there. Wind is starting to pick up, and I have not been putting straddle too much. Was trying to smash that one in hard. And unfortunately, a hair too low. Gonna save the par with it, but would have been an awesome birdie. So
Oh, yeah.
hopefully next time. Hate to waste
No
those
doubt,
good
no
drives.
Okay, we are on hole 8, 291 feet, par 3.
Nice open shot. Now we're doing the opposite. Now it doesn't take much to go 300 feet. So I'm going to be throwing a putter. I think mids. I don't know if anyone threw a driver.
No.
Like 300 feet straight downhill is pretty easy. It is a little tougher with the wind picking up. So throwing the putter is a little scary. Just a little high.
Yeah.
Definitely think that this hole is going to be aced a time or two this week. Here's another putter shot, I believe, going right at it. Maybe a mid.
Oh, so close.
Little bounce off. Just a hair left. Sandy going with her rock. Thinking that that's an old rock.
It's
and
an old,
gonna go
understable
straight.
rock, and it hyzered like a gator.
Liz is going with a mid as well, and it does the same thing. And I think that's why I ended up going with the putter, not only for the distance, but you're not going to have the drastic left or right with the putter.
Correct.
Nice little pitch back out to the basket. Again, footing is not great. And I had this rock right behind my ankle, so I was kind of twisted funny. Trying to keep a legal stance. I couldn't really get completely behind the mini. Had to twist my foot a little. And overcorrected from the previous hole. So glad I can chuckle about it now.
I love your body language.
Oh, yeah, that one hurt me. That was
I know.
Rip the heart out, jump off the cliff there for a second.
Oh, great birdie, Sammy.
Yeah, beautiful drive. Wish it would have stayed in for the one, but the birdie's a great way to tap off that hole. Unfortunately, the rest of us will be tapping in these pars.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll get it next time.
Yeah, if you don't laugh, you cry.
Exactly.
So I chose laughing today. Ooh, and we're moving on to hole number 9, just like that.
Just like that.
We're through the front 9.
Where's all the rain?
Now, Dan, let's meet our women's finalists.
Boom!
How hard did she throw that?
I mean, the women's division is getting a lot tougher.
Oh, another one. World champion.
She's not holding back.
Nope. Good round, ladies.
Here we are on hole 9, 320 feet, par 3.
Yeah, going downhill again. Not quite as drastic as the previous hole, but as you can see on this green, there is a very steep drop off. They built up this green. So getting the disc to land and stay up on this platform is very difficult. We have a headwind kind of coming at us as the clouds begin to really get thick and loud. So about 40 feet out there to that left side for Sammy. I went ahead and stayed with my putter even though the wind was really picking up. Again, mainly just for the disc to maintain straight stability instead of going left or right here. And the distance. The distance control is very difficult on this hole, I believe. Sandy sneaking past that tree on the left and going to land over there. Nice little roll. We didn't see that. About 50 feet away from the basket. Liz going with a beautiful shot right up the middle. Really wanting to skip off these wood chips. And that's going to be around circle 1, I believe.
Easy choice.
Yeah.
Easy choice.
No running that one,
No.
huh?
No.
Sammy's been hitting some big putts. We'll see if she runs this one. As you can see and hear the rain. Ooh. Yeah, she ran it. rain is starting to now come down, even though it was not supposed to. So, as you can tell, even Terry was not ready for this rain. And that's a scary putt because you can't even see, but you can see right there how far down I am. So this is a very tricky green, even though
Oh, good putt.
up there it kind of all blends in.
Had the nose up on that putter.
Yeah, I
Yep.
had to give it everything I can. I was way downhill. Yep. Good par save for Sammy to finish out the front 9. Always feels good to, get the first holes going in a major.
I'm surprised you didn't leave that with Martin, too.
Again, realizing we should have brought a few more things today. All right. As it shakes out through the front 9, Sandra, myself, and Ginny Umstead at even. We have Sammy Jo, Lisa, Erica Weir at 1 over, and Sandy at 2 over. Melody Ring at 4. Some great players.